listed once we are reopening, because they're not at the moment?
We will be looking at what contact tracing looks like in the New World Order. And yes, it will be pubs and clubs and other things if we have a positive case.
This year, next year, vaccine policy is economic policy. It is even a higher priority than the traditional tools of fiscal and monetary policy. Why? Because without it, we cannot turn the fate of the world economy around.
Hello, and you are now entering the Kano's Club. We are one evolutionary leap away from the mark of the beast. In previous videos, I talked about how end-time cycles, they are cyclical. There is something that I coined a satanic dark triad. A Luciferian satanic dark triad that consists of the red dragon, the serpent, the Antichrist, and the false prophet. The dragon, the beast of the sea that rises out of the abyss, and the beast of the earth, the false prophet. Now, in each cycle of time, each generation, these manifest in different ways, although the nature is the same. They come, steal, kill, and destroy, and to deceive, you see. In the past, we've seen in civilization wars, hundreds of thousands of people wiped out by viruses, so-called. All types of diseases, bombs, all types of tyrannical governments. Solomon said that there's nothing new under the sun. Everything happens in cycles, you see. And we're experiencing that when the devil knows his time is short. And he's, quote, cast down to the earth. That is when the dragon is filled with hatred and indignation and fury. And he goes after the woman. He goes after the woman that just gave birth to the man-child, to swallow her up, you see. That is what he's doing right now. A torrent of lies and deceptions since 2020 that has been brewing and been placed in for decades of time. That was somehow beyond our eyes or understanding. Now it's in clear view. Now many people may be looking for a physical Antichrist, and yes, that person will come. And scripture says that Antichrist spirit has already came. We are already in the last hour, the last days, for 2,000 years, you see. And many people think about a physical false prophet, but the false prophet is a machine. It's a dissemination machine. It's a host of multitude of heads, you see. All these things are happening in microcosmic natures before macrocosmic fulfillment, you see. Right now, the false prophet is spewing through the dissemination machines of the media. And through puppets that are part of that, people like Dr. Fauci, people like Bill Gates, people like Charles Schwab, people like different news media stations, they all are projecting and propagating a lie, a deception, a delusion for you to believe constantly, over and over again, like clockwork, 24/7, everywhere you go. You're like immersed in it like a sea. It never ends, you see. That is the mechanics and the mechanisms of the false prophet. He's not just one physical man yet he will come, yet there will be. The scripture talks about the Antichrist, the spirit of the Antichrist. It talks about the spirit of the Christ as in the nature of was and is to come, or has come and will be. It's a shifting that describes the cyclical nature. That this spirit, the Antichrist, this false prophet, rises and descends in cycles, you see. Was and was before and shall be, go to perdition, you see. It's a cycle, you see. It manifests in different ways. Okay? So we are one evolutionary leap away from the mark of the beast. And it can't be stopped. Now, even if there's a mark of the beast type system, that's not to say that is the end of the world. It may be the end of the world as we know it. Many people during World War II thought that was the end of the world, but it was the end of the world as they know it, you see. All of the news and media icon heads are talking about a great reset. That is code word for building Babylon. What they've been doing since 2020 is building Babylon. Babylon in scripture oppresses. Babylon in scripture enslaves. It enslaves God's people. It enslaves the righteous thought, pure and holy. It enslaves. So when they talk about build back better, they're talking about building Babylon. And Babylon is synonymous with Egypt and Sodom. They all do the same thing. They enslave and oppress the people of God. And what is that doing right now? The things that they're putting in place, these mandates, so-called, covertly, indirectly enforcing by coercion people to take vaccines. You see? This is manipulative. It's a manipulative tool that the powers that should not be are using. They try to get you to follow in order. They're restricting your ease of access, trying to implement a passport system based on a vaccination status. And if not vaccination status, all these different other prerequisites, you see. If they can get you to take a vaccination that you know nothing about, then what else can they get you to take? You see, this is only the beginning of what can be an end. Unless we stop it, we only are getting what we accept and allow and acquiesce to, you see. So we are one evolutionary leap away from the mark of the beast as we know it. Unless we stop it, we are able to stop it by imbuing and stirring the right side of the tree of life of the holy angels of the pure heavens to imbue peace and justice and righteousness upon the earth. Because until then, since 2020 and before, there's been a stirring of the left side of the tree of life, particularly the grade of judgment, and it's caused unrighteousness and wickedness, satanic laws and mandates, pure insanity. We are living in a clown world. Everything is upside down. It is upside down. It is no longer the same way. This is how you know when Satan is controlling things. This is why you know when Satan is scrambling to get things, is scrambling to build his system. It doesn't make any sense to the logical mind because it's all based on impulsivity. It's all based on logical manners. Is all based on pure, basically it's based on pure profit. And if it makes sense, it doesn't have to make sense, you see. What it is all about is pharmakia, you see. Scripture says in Revelation that the entire world has been deceived by the sorcery, and sorcery, that magic in Greek means pharmakia. What is the world doing right now? Being deceived by a so-called virus pandemic. And what is the solution? A vaccine. That is a drug. We don't even know the long-term ramifications, implications, and side effects of, you see. We don't know. But that is the whole purpose and plan. Is to cause uproar, is to cause chaos. Chaos is the agent of change. You see. It is the agent of change, chaos. Is when you implement a little bit of chaos in society, it causes change. But God is not the God of disorder. God is the God of order. Satan causes disorder. And we know that we're talking about the tree of life in both sides. The good and the bad armies, the evil army, the satanic army, and the good army. God is in control of all those sides. He's in control over. He uses Satan as a chess piece. So everything will work out okay. Yes, in the end, it will work out according to God's perfect plan. But it's like with trading. You know this stock is going to go up, but it might go down and blow your entire account. We know that God's going to win in the end. But do we need to be obliterated from the face of the earth? Do we need our children to suffer so much in the process of it? We are control. It's the law of attraction. We control what happens upon the earth. What is happening right now is the inverted tikkun. It's the inverted tikkun in Jewish theology. What they are doing is inverting everything that is sacred and righteous. Twisting medical science, twisting administrative law, twisting religious beliefs, twisting what we know of a reality into something entirely different. They're changing the world you live in right now. And if we don't act right now, we'll wake up in a world that we do not even recognize. We are one evolutionary step away from the mark of the beast, one evolutionary leap. And right now we can see that this is deception. Everybody's waking up. Nobody believes what's going on right now. You have the few parties that go along with it and submit and acquiesce. And there's a lot of people that don't believe and not going according to this. But a time will come where you won't be able to believe what you're seeing before your two eyes. There are satellites that are being built and set up across the earth in the atmosphere. The things that they're putting in our food and our bodies and our medicine and our vaccines and everything that we are injecting into us, not just in the media and what we hear and see, but what we consume physically. It's changing the genetics and the psyche of the human being, our electromagnetic sphere. And that's how we experience reality is electromagnetic fields. All of reality is electromagnetic fields. So if they tweak and change your electromagnetic fields with the things that you eat, consume, the medicine you take, pharmakia, sorcery, you see, then you won't see the world the way it actually is. They will induce you into a lie, into a deception. So you won't have a choice but to believe. That is why it is pertinent and important to reject the lie now, or else you won't have a chance and you'll be on one straight ticket road to hell. If this video gets taken down, I'm going to clip some videos at the end. May or may not, because YouTube is censoring a lot of things, but I will put up a blog post that will have a bunch of videos to substantiate the content of this video. And I will put up a blog relating to the difference between New Jerusalem medicine technology, and Babylon medicine and technology. Babylon medicine and technology enslaves, oppresses. New Jerusalem technology and medicine liberates and frees people. It cures people. They don't want you to be cured. They don't want you to be free. They'll give you a incomplete, inadequate drug, a substance, a nutrient that's devoid of it's devoid of actual substantial nutrients to help you to survive, so that you can keep on coming back for more. You see. So that they can keep on selling you something, so they can keep on making money. This is all the business scheme. It's a pyramid scheme. It's a fraud. It's a medical fraud. You see. Is to keep you a lifelong customer, and your kids are lifelong customers, so that they are induced into a death cult, sacrificing your kids to idols, and the god of money is what your politicians are serving, is the god of money. And what do you have because of that? You have death. So this is all about the god of money. It's all about profits. It's all about control. And we can't see it, then the time will come where you won't even have a choice. You won't have a choice anymore. Because they will so program you. They will so deceive you that you won't even know. You won't even know anymore. If God is calling and pulling upon your heartstrings, you have to wake up now. Because he won't always be knocking at your door. And when that time comes, the opportunity for salvation, the opportunity for true and freedom may not be there at your door anymore. To respond now, wake up now. Let's stop this evolutionary leap to the mark of the beast. It's not conducive to society. It's not conducive to your long-term health. It's not conducive to happiness. It's not conducive to humanity. Hope you like this video. Like and subscribe. I'll see you in the next one.